Well, hello. I had to get my water because hydration is important. Appreciate you being here. It is a wonderful Friday afternoon, and the weather has decided to be cold. Don't like it. And this is what my audience says here. Do it again. I know, right? Okay. I got a wonderful special guest today, and I'll bring him on in just a moment. And I'm going to play my video, and then we'll be right back. Ba-da-da, 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 push the buttons and go. The other side of the pandemic. Okay. I got a wonderful special guest. I have learned a few things. I graduated from ASU in May of 2022. SBP Live is now an LLC. Got a dog named her Lucy back in 2021. Now I'm rocking this acoustic sonic guitar. My new song, new song, new song, new song. Stand up, speak out, time for change. Stand up, speak out, time for change. Stand up, speak out, time for change. Stand up, speak out. Stand up, speak out, time for change. Stand up, speak out, time for change. Stand up, speak out, time for change. Yes, it's time for generational change. Generational change. Time for generational change. Generational change. Stand up, speak out. Stand up, speak out for equality. Stand up, speak out for respect. Stand up, speak out with pride. Stand up, speak out. Stand up, speak out for something. Stand for something. Or you fall for everything. You gotta stand for something. Or fall for everything. Stand up, speak out, time for change. 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 Stand up, speak out. Stand up, speak out for the babies. Stand up, speak out for your sisters. Stand up, speak out for your brothers. Stand up, speak out for the people. Gotta stand for something, or you fall for everything. You gotta stand for something, or fall for everything. Stand up, speak out. Stand up, speak out. Stand up, speak out. Stand up, speak out. You who are the source of all power, whose rays illuminate my heart and my heart. If you don't speak out now, when they come for you, there will be no one left standing to protect you. Stand up, speak out. Time for change. 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 Yay! So that was the first video that came out from my project, 9 songs, 9 videos for the next 9 months. And it's still gonna stand up, speak out is what we all need to do. So, all right, so let me introduce my guest today. Click the buttons, click all the buttons. My special guest today is the founder, the director at DAWA, Diversity Awareness and Wellness in Action, and creative director of Nefer Fresher, manager, publicist, performer at Writers Against the Storm. Writers Against the Storm are an award-winning performance artist, musicians, designers, influencers, and creator. Chaka and Kidada create content, music, art programs, events, and more that spurs social change and inspires awareness among their base. And here it comes, Mr. Chaka himself. Okay, click the buttons, all the buttons, add to the stream. There you are, brother. And then the audience says, what? Say the words. Do the thing, y'all. Click it, the button. There you go. That's my favorite part of this whole thing right now, is finding the right buttons. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
So glad to have you here. Are you freezing like I am? It's like 58 degrees on my side of town right now. Well,
I think it's the same over here, but I'm pretty warm though. I'm toasty. I think it's the hat.
is that
I like your hat. What is that a hat? Is that a head wrap? I can't tell. Is that a
it is
bandana?
a silk lined head wrap, so beanie type of thing.
Okay.
But I can shift it like Fat Albert to whatever side I want it to be, but it keeps me warm, so it makes me happy.
Yeah.
And it looks good because I can wear it with almost anything. Ha 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 ha.
You can.
So, okay. So what I want to do, I always ask my favorite first question is, if you had a superpower, what would it be?
If I had a superpower, what would it be? Dang, there's so many to choose from. I don't.
It's real too.
Just one.
Start with one.
I was thinking visibility.
Okay. Why?
Because like you could be anywhere at any time.
Hmm?
And I'm always kind of curious what's going on behind closed doors in some situations. So you can
be the fly on the wall in the back. Yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Just kind of like, I just think it would be pretty interesting to be in some spaces. You got your kind of ideas about what's going on, but actually be anywhere at any time. Like just get on a plane, just be invisible. Just go get on a plane. But I guess you could do that if you could fly. But flying too is like, okay, that's all I could do is fly. Flying would be pretty dope.
Every time somebody says flying, I always think, what about the bugs in the eyeballs in the things?
Yeah,
that's
I
what
guess
I
they
think.
don't keep that real, right? That'd be a thing. So yeah, I don't know. I think invisibility would be.
I like that one. I can dig it. I'm down with that.
I don't know, there's so many to choose from. Like regeneration, like be strong, like Wolverine, like no, never be. So many. But I'm gonna go with invisibility today because that's how I feel today. Tomorrow's different.
I like that one. We
like
that one?
Invisibility.
We like that one. Do you have any pets?
I do. I have a dog, Akeem. He's 11. He's 11 years old.
Aw. What kind is it?
Some type of mutt.
Swirly dog, a cute dog. Does it listen?
Some type of mutt. We found him, or actually my wife found him on the side of the road, and we took him in. And we've had him since he was like about this big.
How big is his paw? That's how you can tell if it's how much does he weigh?
It's like
it's a tink. Okay.
He's like 25 pounds or so.
All right.
Yeah,
That's
he's about that big.
that is still heavy, but that's a good size because you can pick him up and go sit. I said, come here. Them
Yeah,
other
oh yeah. And he's always up under me. Like he's a jealous dog. He's definitely possessive.
protective. That's
He
good.
doesn't. He doesn't. No, possessive.
Oh,
Protective. That's he's protective when you try to get his food, but that's about it. Like other than that, like he wants everyone to pet him. He's not very like he's not very aggressive.
mm, uh,
Possessive for sure.
does so I've taken my dog to 75 shows now. So she's my road dog, like a legit road dog.
Okay.
And this one time a band came up behind me to start setting up, a drummer, and my dog went basically said, "My mama's not through yet. Get off the stage." I was like, "Thank you, babe. I
Oh, would the
appreciate you."
dog be on stage with you?
Oh yeah, she because I do like I don't do like loud shows yet. So mine are like coffee shops and retirement homes and that kind of
Okay.
chill
Yeah.
hotel gigs. So she sits on the side stage and is well behaved,
That's
unless
crazy.
when
Because
there's
when
a
you said
cat.
shows, I thought you were talking about like just like outdoor, like
Oh yeah,
at the park, like just going to see a show. Like you're talking about shows you performing at.
yes, she's a stage dog. She's on stage generally. Like she'll be on stage later tonight and tomorrow. So it's
Okay.
fun. That's what I got her for, so I didn't have to be by myself all the time. Okay.
Akeem has been to some shows. He's never been on stage with us though.
Ye-
Well, not too long. Like he's been on stage, but not like actually just chilling. Like
You should at the age that Akeem is, you should try that out and see what happens.
he'll stay around the area. He just doesn't like to stay in one place.
That's okay if they know if when they learn when they learn where you are. If
Oh no,
you move,
he got
if
that,
you
but
move, they
he's still like he still likes to be in the area. But anyway,
yeah,
he's
it's like
definitely a good boy, and yeah, he's one of our best friends.
it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about you as a musician. Mm, did you grow up with music in your family? Like, did someone play an instrument or teach you about playing an instrument or teach you to be a performer?
Um, my brother plays the bass, so I grew up listening to him play like all that. I mean, he started maybe at 16, started playing, and he was just like playing like Red Hot Chili Peppers and Smashing Pumpkins
Oh
and
yeah.
Nirvana and all that stuff, and also like a lot of jazz, like Charlie Mingus, and he got really into jazz and like whatever like rock stuff was going on at that point. Um, so he was just playing that stuff all the time. I mean, like 6, 7 hours a day, really bad at first, and then like he just I don't know, it seemed like overnight, but it was like a year or so, and he just became like an incredible bass player. So I always heard him playing. I never really got into music performance wise or anything like that until I got into college. Like in high school, I was like pretty much it was like academic focus and athletics. So I played basketball, tennis, baseball. Like I did it all. Like I was just always doing something sports wise. Love sports. Um, so yeah, that's what I was focused on. Then when I got to college, I started to explore music, and that was hip hop. Hip hop was always there. I was always writing. Never really, never really found an outlet to like actually perform songs until I got to college. But of course, like we would freestyle with friends and do stuff like that. But you gotta understand, like music too, like it was like an out there type of thing. Like you may have, as far as hip hop, like you may do it, but there weren't like a lot of outlets. Like it wasn't really accessible, like in terms of like a performance space. There weren't a lot of places that were really open to hip hop when I was coming up. It was like, oh no, you don't do that here. So like everywhere we experienced hip hop was like on the street or in your car or wherever you were at, but there wasn't a lot of like public spaces for it. So when I got to college, like everybody was into hip hop, and people bringing the turntables to school, and so like there's DJs, there's people starting to experiment with producing and stuff. I didn't know anybody that was like producing anything like when I was in high school. Like had like equipment and stuff. Like I didn't know anybody that had that. So it was like college when I really started. Oh snap! Okay, like you're sampling beats. Like what? Like it was just like a whole new world opened up in terms of being able to create music and also being able to perform it.
And with that said, you became a proficient artist because of sports, because you have to know where the one is, you have to know where the beginning is and the positions. So speaking, rapping to me is athletic, because you got to get the flow, you got to know where to go with it. And so did you have, were there like open mics when you were doing it on college, or is it just like dorm
Yeah, it was like
events?
dorms, and then we would create our own little events, our own little parties, house parties, stuff like that. But it was like my first time where it was like I was around people that like were actually like pursuing it, and up until that point, it was like most of the musicians I knew or people I knew in music were like jazz musicians, or they were like rock musicians, or I just that doesn't mean it didn't exist, but I didn't see like people like actually like making hip hop. Like, okay, like I'm gonna sample this beat. Like I knew it happened. I didn't really even know how at that point. Like, little stuff. You got to imagine, like, there's no internet at this point. So, like, everything that you're learning is through a magazine, or it's possibly through a video that someone gave you, like, oh, check this out, or whatever was coming across MTV or whatever outlets we had in terms of those, like, type of broadcast channels. So, a lot of hip hop was still kind of like a mystery as far as, like, how it actually got made.
Your favorite artist at the time, or that inspired you? Some of them,
now?
Some of your artists that inspired you as a hip hop artist.
So many, but
like when you first got started, because
first started actually rapping. Like who actually made me want to rap was like a Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Poor Righteous Teachers, Brand Nubian. Even like Heavy D and the Boys.
Yep.
Had that like fun party energy. Anybody that was making hip hop, I mean, even even to like an MC Hammer, like, you know what I mean? But he didn't make me want to write. Like a Tribe Called Quest, he made me want to get up and dance. Like he just had an energy that like was real positive and really kind of infectious. But as far as writing goes, like a Tribe Called Quest, Public Enemy, Poor Righteous Teachers, De La Soul, basically the whole native tongue, and then like later, Common. Before that, Diggable Plant, groups like Diggable Plants. I was really into that, like kind of more, I mean, it's all poetry, but like more figurative style of, poet, just metaphorical, kind of like you gotta really listen to it to really understand the depth of it, as far as like straight direct. Like gangster rap, I felt like, at least in my time, was just like real direct. Like this is what I'm doing, this is what my life is about. And like groups like De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, I feel like there was a way that they were saying it that was just super clever to me, and like made me like want to like try to imitate that.
There you go. Representation means everything.
Yeah,
gets you to where you want to go.
Sure.
The my first, okay, I'm a seasoned person, so the rap to the hip to the hop to the hibbity hop. What's that artist's name? I forgot what his name is. There you go. That's what I grew up on, and Fat Albert and them rapping. So that's where rap came to for me.
Fat Albert, okay.
I even got the hoodie and the shirt with the So that's where rap was introduced to me as a younger person. So, but I knew most of the artists that you just named, so that makes me happy. Okay, so
I mean they're major artists for the most part. I mean, Poor Righteous Teachers probably not as well known. Maybe Diggable Plants not as well known, but Tribe Called Quest, are they in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I don't know. I feel like they've been nominated. Be. Anyway, those things don't matter. Like they are huge artists, international, world renowned.
Now, do you play any instruments? Were you encouraged to play any instruments as you're getting into your art, your creativity?
I didn't like. I have never taken the time to like learn an instrument.
They didn't make y'all play the recorder when you were in first grade?
I kind of wish they did.
Oh, what?
Um,
No.
for me, like while I try things, and like now I feel like I'm getting to a point where I just want to like just learn the piano or whatever. But like for me, like if it didn't come like naturally, or just like if it wasn't like deep inside me, like I would kind of mess around, but never really dive into it like in life.
Mm.
So I can play a little bit of piano. I could play a little of this, a little of that. I know a couple chords on a guitar, you know, that type of thing. But no instrument has ever been like, yo, play me, except for the trumpet.
Haha.
But the challenge is making the time. But I did. My wife got me a trumpet because I had several dreams while I was playing the trumpet, and it does call me and like. So I think that's going to be an instrument that I pick up in the near future, and then I would like to pick up piano because I think it's just cool to. Piano is just like I don't know something that you'll find almost everywhere you go, like in hotels and stuff. I think it'd just be cool to just go and just like sit down and just play.
Randomly.
Yeah, just
In
just walk up. You see,
yes.
I see pianos all the time. I'm like, damn, I wish I could just sit down and just play a couple songs or whatever.
You can always sit down and just go clink, clink, clink. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, I can do. I can definitely clink, clink, clink all day. I got clink, clink, clink down.
I actually got a scholarship once in college just because I went, I don't know what I'm doing. Fitting, fitting, fitting. How's that? Is that okay? Okay, cool. Thanks.
Okay.
They asked me to play. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Obviously you did know.
I just knew how to put some notes together. That's what I did. Which video do you want to
That's called music,
about?
right?
That's right, because music is just organized sound. That's all it
it.
is. Which video do you want to present? The Flowers of the Living
Flowers for the Living? Sure, let's do it.
Okay. You want to preface it and talk about what?
Yeah, so this actual hook was like living inside of me for a long time. I couldn't shake it. It just repeating. And we didn't have music for it yet. And then I worked on the music, co-produced the music with this guy named Ayuma, who I mentored. He was a part of a program called E4 Youth. And I mentored him through that program. And like he started out as like my mentor and then became a peer, you know, whereas we've produced a lot of songs together. So we sat down and we produced the music. And then it was 2019. We used to produce a festival called Ross Day, Riders Against Storm Day. And I was outside painting a mural to promote the event. And I heard this young man singing, Clarence James. And I was just like, who's that? It was just so raw, so real, and so honest. His voice just really compelled me. So I went inside and he was there and I waited till after he was done with the sound check. And I was like, yo, man, like, what are you doing? Who are you? You know? And long story short, I ended up bringing him by the house. He recorded the hook, Flowers for the Living. And the song is about not waiting until, you know, someone passes to like let them know what they mean to you. You know, we oftentimes you know, when our loved ones die, especially like in the hood, right? We like put a t-shirt of them. Like we make a t-shirt and we wear the t-shirt. It's like, what would it be like if we wore a t-shirt of someone while they're still alive? You know, why do we wait until to say like, oh, this person meant a lot to me? Like make the t-shirt now, like give the flowers now, let people know what they mean to you now. Let other people know what those folks mean to you now. You know, celebrate your people basically. So Flowers for the Living.
That's real. That's real. Okay, let me switch this over. Click the button, and I'm gonna mute us both. And here we go.
Mama say, mama sigh, my oh my. I tell the girls to obey, and the boys don't cry. No flowers on my grave, cause I never die. Nigga life afraid, die a million times. Bring the flowers to the liver, cause it's always time. Middle finger to the laws and the hand of God. Just above the heart, where your soul reside. Born with it, can't quit it, nah, never retire. But I will return, and I will revive. Many lessons learned, singing through these lines. Put us in a box and color nature out. Going back to the earth, you ain't civilized, you ain't smarter than us, you ain't from our tribe. So full of hate, all you know is crime, all you know is death, is you mortified. So we walking away with a big ass smile. It's a flowers for the living. 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 Flowers, flowers, flowers.
I'm pretty dark yellow, so here goes in the header. Read up with the heroes in the book. Underneath the neon sign, so I know I made you look. Let me be a do-gooder, let me get you some sugar. I'm prime and maison, so you know I deliver. Carry on like a dawn, living up in the villa. Leaders of the pack, see the people and dance. Enhance your heart rate, advancing our take. Hell no, we ain't waiting on you. Here's a Mardi Gras party and the flowers we grew. Let it break down, hear the populace loud. We're done with the sounds of the guns in the crowd. Walk on flowers like Prince I King. Making more sense of the things I've seen. Angel in disguise, let me do my thing. Throw the flowers in the air so the people sing.
Flowers for the living. 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 Flowers, flowers, flowers. Just trying to live.
Digging that. Totally digging that. That's groovy. Love it. All right. Who picked all the outfits?
We just ask people to wear all white. It's just symbolic of kind of origin and new beginnings. Light, and ceremonially, like a lot of initiations, you wear white. It's a new beginning, and so whereas funerals you wear black, right? Traditionally, depending on what culture you're from, but in the West particularly, it's like black, dark, so it's about light and celebrating life. So everybody's wearing white for that reason. And then, if you look at the imagery too with the sandwiches, like they're eating flowers in that video. So it's like you are what you eat, so it's like, flowers represent life and fertility and energy and blossoming and birth. And so, eat that, kind of like, sitting around the table and we're celebrating life, we're toasting, but we're eating flowers. It's a metaphor for just like, really indulging in life and consuming, just being a part of life, consuming that.
We love that, right? Say it.
Yeah. So.
Comment from Facebook. That was tight. Love the beat. And Facebook doesn't let us see who you are. So if you want to leave your name for that post, that would be excellent. But that was the comment for the video. And let's do this next one real quick here so we can talk about the other share. Bring it to the thing. Okay. And this one is The Ones.
Yeah, so this is animated by a good friend of mine, Johnny Villarreal. Really good friend of mine. He's a great animator out here. If y'all are looking for animators, go to that video and find him. He's amazing. The Ones. So like back in the day, there was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Ding,
That
ding.
video.
Yep, yep.
So I used to like love that whenever it came on as a kid. Like, cause back in that day too, it's like you can't rewind. So like when you catch it, it's like, oh, what's going on? Like it's what I mean? And so it was always like a real treat if I caught it. And I just remember it giving me so much energy. So we kind of recreated that energy through the video. One, because it's a counting thing, but also just the visual of it always looked really cool to me. And then, people are always talking about, making lists. Like they just had the Billboard list, right? The top 50 rappers all time. And everybody always gets into these arguments. They always have the, best Austin rappers or whatever. And there's always like a big deal about everyone going back and forth. So-and-so not there, da-da-da-da-da. And to me, like all that is subjective, but like, we made a song like forget about the twos and the threes. We the ones. We the ones, that go to our own beat. We the ones that, live our life to the fullest. We the ones that gonna rock the stage. You bring us out, we're gonna tear it up. It's a fun hip hop energy, just kind of like a boastful type of vibe, and a fun song, and definitely a fun video.
Right on, right on. The comment was from Bernie, and here is The Ones, Riders Against the Storm. Okay, full video. Click the button. I did it the wrong way. Click again, and go.
Chaka Mahone, the chi Bruce Lee gotta be like Wada. Flow like it's lava through the vein, keep it proper. Not your Papa T with a C like Nostradamus. Black Harry Potter, wizardry, got a ladder. Healing in there, dealing with it, all the trauma. Spinning like a record on repeat, too much drama. Time to breathe deep, find peace, my nirvana. Flipping over beats, spitting heat for persona. Feel me globally, rise, realign your chakra. Something you been missing for a minute. What we off a hopscotch off the block, then we on like the Ghana. Rolling with my side, jumping high, bye. Masterminds, I gotta try. We just do it how we wanna. Cutting up the place like a stick, Benny Hanna. Move at our own pace, never sheep for your slada. Forget about your twos and your threes, we the ones. We the ones, creators of the new melodies, we the ones. We the ones, forget about your twos and your threes, we the ones. We the ones, everything we do, prophecy, we the ones. We the ones.
I call him Poppy while rocking vintage Versace. Damsels in distress, so look up and try to copy. I'm stepping softly, but I run like I am coffee. That mad cause I am bossy. Candy coated lips is glossy. Diamonds in my teeth like I eat toffee. I let you get a look, now get the hell up off me. I tangle with your girl could soon get costly. I deal with all the rhythms in my body. Check me. Hey, these basic bitches wanna check me. My chariot awaits, RAS license plates. Don't hang with no sucker second rate. Been ready to eat, go get my plate. I hold port for sport, and pour port as I retort. Report that I am gorgeous, my bank account enormous. The music is my fortress. It costs you more if you want to know my sources.
Forget about your twos and your threes, we the ones. We the ones, creators of the new melodies, we the ones. We the ones, forget about your twos and your threes, we the ones. We the ones, everything we do, prophecy, we the ones. We the ones, forget about your twos and your threes, we the ones. the ones, creators of the new melodies. We the ones. We the ones. Forget about your twos and your threes. We the ones. We the ones. Everything we do, prophecy. We the ones. We the ones.
Love it. Again, it reminds me of Fat Albert. I'm like, what's all right, cool, let's go. That's groovy.
Yeah,
I want to the
we
energy
combined
between
too on a
you
lot of
and your wife.
artwork. What's that?
Between the energy between you and your wife on camera is so beautiful. It's really wonderful to see that that type of energy on stage, because I know for a fact being in a relationship is difficult, and then you got a partner in it and you're your bandmate. What? Whoa, that's
That's a lot.
brave.
That's a lot.
That's brave.
That's a lot. We
That's
got to
brave.
do a lot of communicating because we're both artists. We both have our opinions. We both have our likes and dislikes. You know, and I say like, I don't know, maybe 90% of it overlaps, and it's like, you know, but that 10% sometimes can get kind of like personal, or it can get sometimes kind of, you know, just difficult to navigate. Um, but you know, you got to just give it space, especially when you're in a relationship. You kind of like got to always speak from a place of not of emotion, you know, of just like really trying to hear the person. Because at the end of the day, no matter what, you know, we both want to make the best thing that we can together, and sometimes we lose sight of that. But you know, we always got to kind of center ourselves with that. It's like, okay, like what's our goal here? What do we really want to get done?
And that's beautiful, and it reflects. It shows. It's a positive way to see um, people of color. That's what I
Yeah.
want to say. It's positive. So thank you for sharing it. Okay, let's get down to the
Couple
gritty.
notes on the video though.
Go for it. Yes.
A lot of the drawings were done by myself.
Oh yeah.
The opening drawings with the like pinball machine and all that were done by Henry Chiara or Kiera. I'm not sure how to say his last name because I never heard it said, but Henry, dope digital artist Henry Kiera. He did like the Panther and Me with the Torch and that whole opening sequence. He drew all those things. Johnny Villarreal animated all those things, and he also did a lot of the background stuff. So shout out to all those, you know, visual artists that help us tell our stories. You know.
Yes.
Oh, and the artwork in the background is inspired by the Ndebele tribe in Africa. They have a specific style of art that if you look at the video again, you'll see on the walls and stuff like that. The colors and everything were inspired by the Ndebele tribe.
Bring it forth. Show us. Yes. Yes. Because
it's always like, you know, I know people just watch the video like, oh, that was cool, but there's always so much embedded in it that, you know.
Knowledge. You're sharing the knowledge. Yeah. That's what you should do. You're extremely talented with your art as well as a is it the term medium artist? Is that what that means? Your drawings, your paintings that you create, talented, brother. Yes. Like seeing your work as well.
Thank you.
It's okay. Let me pull up the screen. I can do it. I smart. Push the button. Someday I'll have tech. Doing all the things. What? Show me. Okay, there we go. Can I make it bigger? Can I put us like this? Can I do us like this? Oh, yes, I can. Sweet. All right. DAWA. Diversity, awareness, wellness. Say it again.
Diversity, awareness, and wellness in action.
There you go. Beautifully said. Wonderful. This is the website, y'all. Please go check it out so you can find out more details than what we will go over today. But I asked Chaka to be here so he could tell me some more about the studio. How does it work? What what's inside? What can you do? What can you not do in the studio? Why is it here? We'll go with that.
Well, I've been here 13 years, and one of the obstacles that we face as creatives needing to, create is access to studios, access to just the resources to be able to create. Now, you can do a lot on your phone these days, and don't get me wrong, like if you're a creative person, you can get a $200-300 phone, and like you can, that's a great start, because the audio is good on there, the video is good on there. But a lot of times you need a little bit more than that, or sometimes you need someone to be behind the camera, or sometimes you just need someone to bring some lights or whatever. You want to do a little something extra. And you just can't quite figure out. Maybe you don't have the money, maybe you don't have enough social network, you don't know enough people. And so what I wanted to create through DAWA Studios is a place where those things exist. You got someone there to help you take care of the lighting, set up the cameras. Come in and you just be you. You come in before the song, you come in, do your podcast, you come in and do your live stream, whatever you want to do, and we'll take care of the rest. And so it came about during the pandemic, because I did 2 like really large scale live streams where I went and got sponsors, paid the artists to come out and perform, streamed the events, and they were really successful. And the first one was super successful because this was like the first of its kind. There wasn't really a lot of people doing like a larger scale, like kind of like festival live stream type of event with like, a really story to it, almost like watching TV. Nobody had really done that at that point in 2020. So when we did it, people were just like, oh, and I think it opened a lot of people's eyes to the possibilities of what could happen. And we did another one in February 2021, which wasn't as widely streamed because I think people were kind of like a little bit over it, you know what I mean? But like it still had a good response. But that one, the first one we did, people were just like tuned in, and it was just like a lot of energy behind it. And the event was called Black Everything Matters. And we got sponsors. We partnered with Heard Presents, and it was a whole thing. It was a beautiful experience. And so, but while I was doing that, I also did other live streams. So I partnered the friend that helped me do the broadcast. I partnered with him and was doing this as a producer for the Carver Museum or this organization, that organization. Like once people saw what I was doing, they were like, "Oh, can you do that over here? Can you do this? Can you do that?" So I probably did during the pandemic at least 8 or 10, kind of larger like conference type of events or different things. Just like you learned during the pandemic, you said you got your little setup and you pivoted. Well, I was pivoting more so on the producer end, and just like, okay, well, what do you need? You want to do a broadcast? Okay, what is it? Okay, yeah, I'll figure it out. Here's the budget. Let's do it. So after that experience, I was like, why isn't there a place that, people can go to where all the stuff just lives? Because we're bringing our equipment to wherever we're going. We're bringing it to the venue. We're bringing it to the, wherever it is, whatever space, and we're making it happen. But I was like, why isn't there just like a permanent space where people can come in and do these things on a more regular basis? And, similar to DAWA, same thing I asked is like, when we were going through financial hardships, the DAWA fund, when we were going through financial hardships, there wasn't a place where we could just go and just get direct cash assistance. Like, no worries. You don't have to go jump through a bunch of hoops. Like here, you're a person of color, you're an artist, you're a teacher, you're a social worker, whatever. You're doing great work. Here's some help. Boom. It's really simple. There was nothing like that. So that's why I started the fund, DAWA Fund. Which you go to DAWAHills.org, you'll find out more about that. But the studio was the same thing. It's like, why isn't there a place like this that exists where people can go and build, but not only like for their ideas, but also start to build a community where people can start to support each other as well, support each other's projects, support each other's ideas, visions, etc. So that's the idea behind DAWA Studios. It's a free space for people of color to come, or organizations that are led by people of color to come in, do whatever creative idea they have, and there's no cost to it. It's free.
That is amazing. Wait, do the loud thing. Do it. That is amazing. Okay. So I'm gonna come in. Do I have to call you? Do I have to set it up? Email? Once we get started, Yeah.
Go to the website, dawahills.org/DAWA Studios. And there's an application on there.
Mm-hmm.
And you fill out the application and we'll get back to you. It fills up pretty fast at this point. I think, a lot of April is booked already, but you just basically fill out your basic idea. Like I'm Sonia Vet, I want to do,
new video.
Guitar workshop videos. I want to do 10 guitar workshop videos. They're 20 minutes long. You can be as descriptive or whatever you want. And basically we do like hour to 2 hour chunks. And so whatever you can do in that time frame, that's what you do. And the unique thing about it is that, you leave there, we have 3 cameras set up. So you leave there, we're doing live edits, live cuts. So we're switching from camera to camera live. So when you leave, you get a video in your inbox of an edited video of you playing a guitar, or you doing a podcast or whatever, right in your inbox like that day. So you don't have to go home and edit. I mean, you can if you want to cut it down. If you do 20 minutes, you want to cut it down a little 1 minute Instagram videos, that's on you. We're not doing that. But you get like however long you were in there. If you're in there an hour, you did a 4 hour podcast, you get that hour video sent to you within 24 hours.
I love this. So many things. My brain said we could do all of the things. Yes, that's beautiful. How many can you do at one? Like, can you have more than one set of people in there? Is it just one big room?
It's just one group, one person, and one project at a time. And right now we have a studio manager who does all that. He's only part-time, so we're basically doing like 4 or 5 hour chunks every day. So usually it's about 2 people that get in there every day. And it varies what they're talking about. I mean, the subject matter, we've had people come in and talk about sex work in Austin. I think there's a podcast called Bitches Love Sports. I mean, you name it, like it's like people are coming in and talking about it. Mental health stuff, mental health conversations, fashion, live performances, you name it, it's all happening.
Right on. I'm looking forward to going and visiting. How about that? That's what I know for a fact.
Sign up. You are eligible. You are our target demographic.
I hope I'm eligible, please. The question in my brain was, are you hiring people to go in and work like we have all these programs in town, and it's got all these young people or people that want to learn, but they never had a chance to go out and test their skills. So is this some place like that they could come and do learning if they had a mentor?
Not at this point where we're at. That's kind of like a phase 3 step of our vision. Right now it's really more so for people that already have, or organizations that already have an idea what they want to say. It's not like a really a laboratory to like just kind of try stuff. I mean, you can. A lot of people are still trying, they're still developing, but they at least have like a name for their project, and they have, certain guests in mind or certain themes that they're doing already. Right. And of course, they're developing and becoming better at interviewing and things like that. But it's not a place where you're going to come and like, we're going to sit there and workshop an idea with you, or you're going to get to kind of move lights around or whatever. No, like we handle all that right now. And ultimately, we would like to have an opportunity where we can do, workshops. Okay, actually pull an idea out of somebody instead of, saying you got to come with an idea. Like say, okay, well, what's the theme, or what do you think about it, and help them develop. But that's a little bit further down the road because we just don't have the capacity.
The concept is wonderful because we have lost so much creative space to be in Austin, and it's like you got all this talent and we have no place to rehearse or no place to go and be creative other than in our apartments with our neighbors or their family, and blah, blah, blah. Artists need a place to create. They need a place just to go blah, and then hone it down and make it shiny and pretty. Can't do that just all the time yelling.
Yeah, and then so much of content now too is it's not about being shiny and pretty. It's just like about keeping people
engaged.
Keeping people engaged. So like I feel like the new type of creator has to think like that. Not about like the album or the finished project. It's just like come in and just be like, yo, these are some new song ideas I've been working on. That's content now. Depending on how, if you do an hour, you can cut that up into, 10 pieces or 20 little pieces that you can share on Instagram over time. So you're not having to create all week. You can literally come in and do like an hour or 2 hours and have content for a month or two if you plan it out and think about it right. So that's what we want to encourage people to do. It's like, have that type of mindset, because it's not really anymore about like you kind of go in hiding and build your thing and then you come out, here it is. And like, no, people like, they want to see the process. They want
to see you sweat and cry and eat and walk your dog,
chapped lips and dried, ashy knees. They want to see all of it.
They want to see the authentic, and that's good, so that we can get past all the shiny, and then all these 7 billion ears will have much more diversity of music to be able to listen to in this world. I wanted to ask you about your next project yourself. What do you have coming up that you're creating or Roz is creating?
We have a project that we're working on. It's called Angelou, and that's our son's name. Oh. And it means
how old is he now? How old is the baby now?
He's 1 in like 3 weeks now.
So he's either scoochie crawling or he's walking.
No, he is cruising. Like he is out here. Like he's gone from walking. He's got this little speed walk now. He's not quite running, but he's got this little moving faster. He got like another phase, another level. Like, so yeah, we're working on a project called Mbele. It means beyond in Swahili, and we want to release it this year, and that's the hope. We're gonna be releasing a song called "Good Sex." The goal was to release it this month, but there were some weather things. We were doing like a mini shoot, and we had some little setbacks. But it's coming probably definitely in March. I would say it'll be here. And y'all can wait for that. I think that's going to be part of the Mbele project. We're recording a lot of stuff and just kind of like piecing it together. In the meantime, we'll definitely have like at least 2, maybe even 3 songs come out before the album drops, maybe more. But Good Sex, we got a track that just came out called Go, which was a collaboration between us and Grant Fabao, who's part of Paris DJs. We recorded in like 2017 in Paris when we were touring in France and Europe. And that's out, like that came out digitally today or yesterday. So you can stream that right now. The music's not going to stop. We're going to keep coming. And, lots of stuff with DAWA coming up. We got a South by Southwest whole series. We got 3 concerts that we're producing. One's on Tuesday with Urban Heat and Jay Soldier and Emerald Soul and the Tiaras and Caramello Hayes and CP Looney. And then Wednesday it's like a DJ with DJ Shawnee and DJ Bambi and Prince Euro, a bunch of it's like house and Afro-Caribbean stuff, like a dance vibe. Body Rock ATX gonna be in the house. And then Saturday we got a full lineup of from Nook Turner to this artist named Jess B, who's like this really dope artist from New Zealand. And what's the Bali Maya project, which is it's like an Afro orchestral vibe. Is really crazy. Nice. So yeah, go to dawahills.org and then click on Vision 8291, or you can go to vision8291.org, and it'll just take you to the DAWA Hills website. It's pretty much just the link that takes you to DAWA. But you can learn more about the events and the panels. We're bringing a guy named Moses West to Austin. He invented a machine that pulls water from the atmosphere. It's called the atmospheric water generator.
I think I've heard about that guy. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so we're bringing him. He's going to be speaking. Check out dawahills.org for more information. Vision8291.org, and you'll get it. But we got a lot of stuff planned.
And real quick, you're a member of one of the PROs. You're ASCAP or BMI. Which one?
I'm ASCAP. My wife is BMI.
See there, y'all. Knowledge. All right, that's important. That stuff is good to be a part of, to keep your music career going. And favorite quote or knowledge that was given to you that has inspired you to continue to be the artist that you are? Something.
Well, there's one that we're using with DAWA, and what we do is community is our greatest technology. And we rely on all this technology because we don't have community. And so like if we're gonna like become less reliant on it, or because the reliance on it kind of creates all types of other issues and situations where we're constantly on our phone, and then our neck starts hurting and our back, and you know what I mean, like the technology it has a lot of benefits, but it also has some detractions. So as opposed, like say you want to learn something, right? We go to our phones now, we go to YouTube, but if we had community, we could just go to that community and just ask, right? So not that all community can exist online, but I feel like we're getting further and further from that wealth of knowledge that just exists in us, as opposed to like going out into the internet or the web or whatever. So nothing against all those things, because they're just like new versions of the old ways that we access knowledge or got support. But community, like actual real community, is the greatest.
That's true.
That's our ethos. That's how we built what we built through Ross and Body Rock and Body Rock ATX, which is a dance party we've been doing for 13 years in Austin. We just celebrated our 13-year anniversary in February.
Congratulations.
All that's built off of community. And like, so you may go to our Instagram page and we got like 6,000 followers or whatever, and you might think, that's not a lot. It's not in comparison to a lot of people that are doing it. But you know what? We have community that actually comes to our shows. We have community when we actually ask them to do things, they actually do it. And it's really not those 6,000 followers. It's 100 to 200, 300 people that actually keep our career alive. And of course, you're building, you want more than that. But you can fulfill what you want to do as an artist with a handful of a few hundred, and that actually support you. Not this. I've met people with hundreds of thousands of followers, and they live with their mama. You know what I'm saying?
It's real.
The followers just watch them; they don't do anything. And so, actually having community, actually having relationships with people is like the best thing that you can really have. Nothing replaces that. And so as an artist, don't miss out on that. Make the real connections, because those are the things that are going to allow you to be sustainable. Growth is another thing, but like if you want to be sustainable and you want to actually have a career while you're going to those larger goals, you have to build community.
And that is Brother Chaka, y'all. Thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate you. I'm going to bring you down here. My name's Sonia Javette. We will see y'all next time. Same bat channel, same bat time. Thank you so much. And we're going to close it out and say bye-bye.